Hello, my happy children. Welcome back to Islands of Insight. I'm Key of W, the only Islands of Insight player named Key of W. And what I'd like to do this time is actually start heading to the pyramid. So we've been waiting on this for a while. I know, waiting on with bated breath at the edge of your seat on tenterhooks, whatever the expression matches your demeanor best. That's how you've been waiting. It requires 5 mysteries to enter, so you could enter it before completing the game up here, uh, but I usually wait till after because it's got endgame content, it's got all the different types of puzzles, so you really want to have everything unlocked before you go here. So yeah, let's start this out. We're not going to do all this in one episode, I don't think. There's just a lot of stuff here. So let's head this way. But I'll try to cut as much of it as I can. Or cut into it, so not cut like I'm going to cut the content, like just really get into it. But let me take care of these puzzles on the way. Might as well connect all dark cells and all light cells. Well, that means this is going to happen, and this is going to happen. Cool. Easy. Now I've got another one over here. Area numbers must equal region sizes. That's all we know. Huh. Surely I would be able to solve more of this. There we go. There we go. That's the break-in. For some reason I was just not noticing that. And a pattern grid. Complete the pattern. It looks like we just have this. Okay, that was easy. Back up so we can get here. Alright, Vault of the Vitric, here we come. Endgame content. Reflect on what you've learned. So we're going to start in a maze here. I'm going to... Hey, interesting. Try to get through the maze quickly. Oh, look at that. I got through the maze quickly. And now let's head back, because I saw puzzles in the maze. Let's head back to the beginning, which was through this arch. So the main goal is to reach the exit of the entire pyramid. I can't reach that through here. And there's one there. I'm going to be outside the maze to do that. But the bonus objective is to solve the puzzles. So I think in this one I can at least get 30 puzzles. Okay, so that's the correct way in the maze. Let's go the incorrect way first and start grabbing puzzles. Yeah, 2 stars. These are all going to be difficult, so expect me to spend some time here. So all dark regions of area 4, that's going to force this as a start. This is a possible dark cell. It would force these two to be white, which would force what the dark regions are, but it is a possibility. If I did this though, this is allowed. It would force this, but this is not a problem. No, it is a problem. It is a problem. This ain't gonna go anywhere. That's the problem. So this does have to be a dark cell, which is going to make this happen. This could still be a dark cell. This could be a light cell here. We don't know. If this was a light cell, we would be forced to do this. So that can't be a light cell. This has to be a dark cell. We can't have a light cell here because now we're going to have at least one dark cell there. So that is what this is going to be. This could be a light cell, we don't know. This could be a light cell. No, this can't be a light cell because then where's the 6 going to expand? So then this has to be a dark cell as well. Which means the 6 will be, in fact, expanding this way. That has to block the 4 or it will overload. There we go. That actually wasn't too bad. That only took like 2 minutes to solve. Anyway, so we continue. Oh, we can't. Oh. Was that it? I think that was it. But yeah, all the puzzles in these areas are high difficulty. Don't. Oh, really? Don't make. So we can't curve. They have to be straight lines. I think. No, I think it's just checkerboard. I think all we have to do... No, it can't be checkerboard. It can't be that. It could be this? Is it... Hold on a second. There's just a simple pattern that's going to hit all these things. Because, like, this we can't make that at all, but we can do it with the white cells. We would just have to do this. What if we did it? Then we can't do this. And we can't do that. So this would be forced. Nope. Other way around? Oh, here it is. Here it is. Here's the pattern. Okay. That's annoying. I don't really like that. The rules are very inelegant. It's like, here's a blank thing, and there's one pattern you can make that doesn't add all this. I don't really like that. Then I had to go through here to get to the ending, so this way is going to dead end me into some other puzzles. What is this about? What on earth is this about? Is there a reason this is here? Okay, well, either way, there's going to be 2 dark cells here, and then 2 going this way. So it could be like this with 1 in the center, or it could be like this with 2. That has to be... Okay, that's solved. That has to be there. Any other gimmies? That's done. That has got to be like that. We only have 2 going up this way. 2 going up this way, so that is in fact complete. I still don't get... What is this? Those are complete like that. That's done, so this is also done. Okay, this is making a pattern is what's happening. There's something about this is important. I don't get it. We got this one. 5 pips isn't too hard. Don't make squares. All dark regions of area 2. Well, this can't be how it is, so it is in fact this way. All dark regions of area 2. No squares. Means one of these 2 is dark, and whichever one it is, this one is dark. Because if it was this one, it would extend out. One of these 2 is. If this was dark, we'd have a problem. So it is in fact that one. One of these 2 is, and one of these 2. So I think this one could be dark, right? Well, one of these 2 is dark. If it's this one, we can't go to the left, so we have to go to the right. So this is a dark cell. That solves that. We don't need to connect all light cells, so that's not an issue. That's just going to be how that is at the end. Cool. Hey, 1-star puzzle. Don't make snake of either. We have to connect both, so it's going to be a single line of everything. Which means if we have this, we're screwed. Because we can't go in any other direction and we'd be trapped here. So that's a dark cell for sure. Same logic here. No, this one could go around like that. Connect all dark cells. We could have this be the end. No. This can't be a light cell because it would have to extend out because they're all connected, and now this has nowhere to go. So that's a dark cell. Now, if this is a light cell, we're also in trouble here. I have nowhere to go there. So we can go around... That's got to be light, actually, because we can't have a... I see, I see. So this is how we're going to do it. Uh-huh. This cannot be right. That could be the end of it. There we go. Okay, so I think that covers most of, if not all, of the puzzles. There's probably one over here somewhere. Maybe over here. There we go. There's a 2-star puzzle. Galaxies plus letters. It's not too bad. This probably just connects, but there might be some weird thing with this galaxy. That can't go this way. There's really only the one galaxy. Interesting. That cannot connect, which means what? Doesn't mean anything. I'm betting this is going to connect to either B or D. There's no way I have this done. There's just no way it's like that simple. Is there any reason why C wouldn't just go through there? I don't know. I don't know. Well, if this is like this, great, but if not, we have to connect it to the D. That's just exactly what has to happen like this. Right? But I don't know that that connects. But if it didn't connect, then D is going to have to go through here. A would have to go through here, which means B is coming around. Yeah, we have a problem. So I think we do in fact have to connect the D this way, which means B does go around here. But not there. That's right. No, this could be a light cell, we don't know. Those are dark cells, though. This is something we could do if we want to connect to D. That is this one. That can't happen. Looks like this does have to happen. Then this. That's how we connect those. Like this. Okay, that's not too bad. That's not too bad. Okay, there's got to be one more. There it is. This might be the last puzzle of this maze. All light regions of Area 6. Okay, let's think how we could make an Area 6 here. Because if we do this, it's 3, 5, oops, 7. So we have to have a piece there. Is there anything else we could do? We could do this. We can't do that. So either this or that. We're going to have the same issue with all of these. We're going to have, I think, this connection. So once again, it could be this or it could be that. Now here, I think it's going to be connected behind, so I think this is what we're doing. I'm just guessing. I'm totally just guessing right now. I think this is the only way to do these. Like this. All light regions of Area 6. Hold on. So, like that. That's the only way that can be done. That was a very messy solve, but it was fun. Okay, that's everything in the maze except for this. Did I see any other matchbox in the maze? I don't think so. I saw the two outside of the maze. But there's just the one inside, which means we probably solve it out here somewhere. Like there's an angle to something. Oh, we have one of these. Okay. Wow, it really wants me moving quick. Wow, this is a long one. And we're back where we started. Cool. Pillar of Insight, why not? Don't make dominoes. Don't make... Okay, this is just going to be checkerboard. Oh. Cool. Don't make this, which means... It's... Okay, it's going to be a double checkerboard pattern. So we know this. We don't want to make 3 in a row. Don't want to make dominoes either. Okay, here we go. This is the pattern. Okay, what's the pattern here? We don't want to make these. So this, like so. Is this just another checkerboard? Is this just another... Yeah, it's just another checkerboard. Let's see. We don't want this pattern either. So now we can't do the checkerboard. We can't have this. We also can't have that. Can we do this? No. Or that. So we know this has to be the case. I wonder if it's this. It seems to be that the trick of this is making some kind of checkerboard or stripe pattern. Okay. This is complicated. Like, this is just too much. I don't like when rules have to get that complicated. So we can't have a light cell there or there. So we have to have this. But we can't make 3 in a row. We can't have light cells anywhere there, so we do this. I wonder... We're going to just start with this. Yeah, we have to do these things. I think we're just now making an inverted... Like, instead of having white with stripes of black, we have black with stripes of white. Oh dear, so we can't have 3 diagonally, we can't have this. We can't have any of this, so we do have to do this. Now we can't have 4 in a row, but we have to surround it. Okay, it's gonna be like this. No, hold on. Let's see. Is it this? Yep. Okay. Where was I? That's not the puzzle I came in on. This is the puzzle I came in on. I don't want to get too lost here. That's some stuff there. We don't want to make 4 in a row, and we don't want to make a snake of the white, but the black ones can snake. Connect all light cells. So, let's think about how we'd make this 7. If we make it a black 7, we will not win ever, because anything we do is going to make 4 in a row. So this has to be a light cell, and it can't do this kind of stuff, so it's just going to be rounding a corner. So we can't go through like this, because then we would run out. So we have a corner space, so it's either this, or... No, hold on. This is 6. Right? Yeah, it can't be that. In fact, it has to be this. That is forced, and we have to do this. 6 has to be this, because otherwise you'd have 4 in a row dark cells. There it is. Got it. That's a nice puzzle. I really like the logic of that. Okay, we have a pattern grid with a 6 pip difficulty level. Alright, let's see if I get this one quick. I've been getting a lot of pattern grids quick, but I could just... my luck could run out here. Okay, so usually when I see a pattern grid like this, where you have a pattern, and then a single dot, and then a pattern, the dot is representing an operation to perform on the first pattern to make the second. So this pattern has been rotated counterclockwise 90 degrees, whereas this pattern has been flipped horizontally. So if we rotate this counterclockwise 90 degrees, we do indeed get this pattern, and then we're going to flip it 90 degrees, flip it horizontally, rotate it counterclockwise another flip 90 degrees. See what's going on? Now this is going to be rotated twice. Rotate, flip, rotate. So let's do it one step at a time. This is your first rotation. Your flip is going to be this, and then your rotate is going to be... No, hold on. Okay, so then flip is this, then your rotate is going to be that. Here we're going to rotate, rotate, flip, flip. So this is going to put it right back where it was. Rotate, 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 rotate puts it right back where it was. We just want one rotation like so. So hopefully this is right. There we go. That's the end of that one. Got a nice hidden arch. We got some sentinel stones down here. I do like sentinel stones. Let's see. These three here are going to give us some problems, so we might have to see it from this side. Is there an angle through here which gets them all? No. Feels like the only angle is around here. Let's try an extreme angle like going to a corner. I can't get both of those from over here. Can't get them from here either, unless I'm in here, but then I can't get that one. If I'm here, I can get all of these. There we go. Oh. Okay, let me remember there's a matchbox over here. It's not the one I saw in the maze, because that maze is below me, so there's a matchbox down there. Oh, hey, pattern grid. Okay, there's a little trick here. So we've got 12 patterns potentially, and 8 of them are filled in. I notice that this pattern is the same as that, and this pattern is the same as that. Those are repeated. These 4 are not. So I wonder if we're going to repeat these 4 patterns in here. So I need to find a selection that allows me to do that. So where am I going to make this reverse H? Not going to be here. It's not going to be here. This is the only one. And then how about this pattern? It could be either of those two. I don't know yet. This one has to be here. So that means this pattern is there. And then this has to be the remaining pattern. That's an interesting one. Okay, continuing. Let's see, let's get inside here. What I'm missing is I need to be a little more this... getting both of these requires I'm way back here. Which means I no longer see that. Ah! There. That was precise. What's this? Oh, I have to solve a maze from down there. Alright. Ooh, there's another. That's a different symbol than the one I saw, though. Oh, that was just up here, though, isn't it? Nice. Okay, another one. Let's try over here. So that one is blocked. That's the only one that's blocked. So if I'm over here... What if I'm in this spot? There we go. That interesting. Okay. I've realized the way this pyramid is set up, if I go look at my save stats, it's going to be very hard for me to see which puzzles I'm missing. This kind of requires I'm in this nook to see all 3 of these. So that makes it much easier than the others would be. Hoo boy, 3-star pattern. Can I do it? If I don't do it in this because it's too hard, it's fine. I'll just feel like an idiot. Okay. It looks like... Okay, I've got 12 things. I think there are 12 possible patterns. Right? There's 1 each of a single black cell. There's 5, 6 of the 2, that'd be 10. No, there's not every pattern's represented. I'm wondering if it's from here to here to here to here, there's a progression. From here to here to here to here, there's a progression. I think I see what it is. So here to here, we rotate counterclockwise, not counterclockwise, clockwise 90 degrees. Then we invert the colors, and then we rotate again. Here we rotate 90 degrees, invert the colors. Oh, and then flip. That's what this is. This is a flip. So we're going to start with something, rotate 90 degrees, invert colors. So invert colors is here, and then flip vertically is going to be this. So now I got to rotate this counterclockwise. There we go. Got it. Once again, you see it or you don't. If you don't see it, you're going to sit there for a million years. Okay, how about this one? All right, well now... Oh, so I think what we're looking at here, like this shows 3 whites in a row, and every time we have 3 whites in a row, we have a black cell. See what I mean? So we don't have it here. And then this is if you have a square, 2 by 2 of black. We do have it there, but not here. So we have it here. And so I want to make sure I don't have it here and I do have it here. I could do this to make 3 in a row, but now I can't make that. So this is how we get this. And here I want to avoid 3 in a row, and I want to avoid squares. There we go. That one actually felt way easier than this one over there, but hey, that's pattern grids for you. So I've done most of this here. I don't want to jump into this maze quite yet. Oh, there it is. Let's just go through like that. 24 out of 30. How long have I been going? Only 27 minutes. That's not bad at all. How about you? So this case... Oh, dear. So we're clearly... Whatever these 2 are is going to influence this piece. And I think we start on this side because it's mostly filled out and then move this direction. So 2 whites is going to make a white. A black and a white makes a black. White and a black makes black. Black, black makes white. But this white, white makes a black. You know what this is? I've played a game that does this, a different game. It was called Manufactoria. I'm going to shout out Manufactoria way back from 2008 or 2009. It was an online like flash game or whatever. And it had you do binary addition. And they did it with red and blue instead of black and white. So white is equal to 0. 0 plus 0 is 0. Black is a 1. 1 plus 0 is 1. 0 plus 1 is 1. 1 plus 1 is going to carry over because we're in binary. So it's going to be a 0 with a carryover of a 1. Plus 0, 0 is 1. So this is 1, 1. This makes a 0 with a carryover. 1, 1 makes a 0 with a carryover. That's 1. This has a carryover. To make this have a 1, we have this, and that's that. So that's binary addition. There we go. So anyone who has never done binary addition before are probably going to stick on that for about a million years. I'm sorry. I know I made that look like I'm a big brain genius, but I just happen to know what that was. Okay, well, we know this. We know this as well. Oh. This is going to be a little trickier. Now, this is fine. I have to kind of do this to imagine it. This would require these moves. So 2, 3, 4. If I do this, I have to connect to one of these. And it can't be this one. So it'd have to be this, like so. Yeah, that actually works out just fine. I think I just guessed properly. If I'd done the inverse, if I'd done white, black, white, black, white, I would have been in trouble. Alright. I feel kind of dumb because I don't think I solved that one appropriately. You're not supposed to do that kind of stuff. Another archway. Ooh, that's in the maze. What the heck is this? Basement of the Vitric. 5 out of 10 mysteries. That's right. I can't solve this entire pyramid anyway. I need more mysteries, so I can only do the first level of the pyramid. Alright. Play your games then. Exactly 1 symbol per light area. That means this is for sure, but doesn't mean this is the end of that. I might not do this. I just can't connect it to here. So this could be like this, or it could extend out. This can go there just fine. Who's going to touch this guy? If it's here, then we have this, and we would have this. Let's also look down here. We can't connect down there. And we can't connect here? No, we could, because 5 could go all the way out there. That would require this. That's fine. No, it isn't. Because now we have to do that. So... 4 can't go all the way out this way. It can't go all the way out down that way. And it can't go all the way up here. In fact, if this is the 4, the 5 is screwed. So 4 is going to connect to this, which means the 5 does have to be this. This 5 can no longer extend there, and in fact has to be blocked here. There we go. Alright, I'm saving the mazes for later, just because I know there's puzzles within them, so I don't want to get distracted yet. Don't make the squares, connect all dark cells. Exactly 1 symbol per light area. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, well here's the fun part. No. I was thinking I'd get a light cell here. I don't have to get a light cell up there. What do I know from this? Because I can't do this. There has to be a light cell in here somewhere, but I don't know where. Ah, this 3 is the only thing that can get into one of these 4 squares to prevent this from happening, and it has to be this one. So it could be that, or it could be that, I don't know. And I'm pretty sure this is what's going to happen. Yeah, because how do I get the 3 to either one of those? So those are both dark cells. This can't happen. No squares. That's going to force this to happen here. Haha! Okay, we've made progress. Now this guy... These both can't be... So one of these 2... Or both... But either way... Oh, we could also do this. So that's not very helpful. If we do the 4, like, down here... Actually, if the 4 goes down here, it forces the 3 out. Well, let's think who's going to block this square. The 19 can't. 19 can't get out there. The 5 has to go into there. That's the only way. So it has to go in like this, which means the 4 has to go in this way as well. So 5 is going to be one of those 2, which means those are not going to be white cells. The 4 is easy to get up into this spot, so I'm not worried about it yet. That means these 2 have to be dark cells. I don't see a reason not to do this to sort of clear out our 19s, but who knows how that's going to go. Let's see, all dark cells are connected, so I can't do this. One of these has to get through. Can this ever be a light cell? No. Exactly 1 symbol per light area. Can't connect to there, and this is going to force a square here. That's a dark cell. This can't be a light cell. No one's going to reach it. These both could be. Is this a light cell? Possibly. Like, this is always a possible thing I could do. No, this is not a possible thing I could do. Make a square here. So same with that. If this is a light cell, it's done with these, and we have a square. So this is a dark cell. One of these two has to be a light cell. It's going to be from here. So this is light. Let's see. Excuse me. Is this a light cell ever? No. That's always a dark cell. Is this ever a light cell? Well, if this is a light cell, these dark cells now have to escape through here, which really cuts off the space. Whereas this allows me to do something like this. I can do this with the... I feel like this is the only way I can possibly get 19 to ever happen. I feel like I want to not use this space. So if I do it like this, I can also use this space and make the 19 happen. Do you see what I'm going for here? Ah, there we go. That's how that's done. Nice puzzle. Let's hold off on this for a second. I want to explore and hit all the little puzzles along the way first. That's going to be 30 puzzles. Should I make that the focus here? Here, let me at least hit some of these puzzles, but I know I can't solve the whole pyramid now anyway, so I might as well not try. All dark regions have area 2. Okay. Area numbers is all I know after that. If this is dark, then that is. Or they're both light. That's light for sure. That's light. It could be this. This is a possibility, because I could have dark, dark. Nope. If this is a light cell, we have this issue. Oh. Ah, go back to where I was. So this has to be a dark cell. That's going to force these, like so. And the only way to make sure we don't have 3 in a row... Oh, no, one of these has to be... We could have 2, 2, or split them. That can't connect, so there we go. That can't be a dark cell. I mean, I feel like that's the most obvious thing to do, but then... No, then we can't... No, that's got to be a dark cell. Either of these is possible. That has to be a light cell, because it's going to go one of those two directions. How do I get 10 in this space? I can connect down to these just fine. If I do this... Well, think about it. If I had this going on, we would have to have this situation. And over here, this situation. This actually works out for the 10 really nicely. And for the 8. Yeah, there we go. Oh, I'm in the maze now? But I'm not being timed? Maybe because I didn't enter the proper way? Well, there's this piece. I'm not doing puzzles right now. I mean, I am doing a puzzle literally right now. Where did it come from? This way? So maybe through here. It seems like there is no exit here. Have I misread this situation a bit? Because this is a dead end. We have dead ends over here. end. This is a dead end. I don't know how I get through this maze. Okay. Once again, taking care of the stuff like outside of the maze. Speaking of symbols, that's not the same symbol I saw over here, is it? That is the same symbol, and it's way in there. Okay, how do I see it from here? Right? Like it's in there. So let me back out this way. I've got my eye on the prize. That is so cool. That's a great puzzle right there. Okay, I know for sure I can't get through up there yet because I need 10 mysteries solved. Are there any other, like, quick, so either puzzle boxes or arches or rings or things like that? That's another maze that I'm just not going to do right now. Oop. Ah, hidden Pentad. Let's do that. This is a huge boundary. It could be literally anywhere. There's a puzzle there, but I'll take care of it later. Oh, it's not a omnipresent boundary. Oh, there's a pattern grid there, too. Haha! There's one. The edge of this. There's probably one hidden in the rocks here. That would be my guess. I am apparently wrong. How about up high? Oh, hold on. There's stuff here. That's nice. More matchboxes, more pattern grids, or just the regular logic grids, I guess. Another puzzle box. I don't want to touch those sightseers because they might be areas I can't reach without all the mysteries. I don't want to bother with that. Okay, so I've got 4 out of 5. I'm going to just totally cheat, and I'm going to go for the puzzles I haven't found yet. Oh, there's some really tough puzzles here. So there's first is the single star puzzle here. Oh, all numbered off by 1. Doggone it. Dark regions of area 2. Well, this can't be the case. So this has to be a dark cell, no matter what. It's either one of those two, which means the other one is not. So that means that is a dark cell as well. Okay. This could be a 3 or a 1. This could be a 2 or a 4. 3 or 5. One of those two. Is there any way this is the light cell? Yeah. This is possible. If this is a dark cell, this is fine too. This has to be a 2, I know that much. This could be a 1? If so, it's like this. Okay, I don't know. Let's look at this 3. This can't go down like that. That's got to be a dark cell as well. Now, this could be a light cell, but it would force this to be a dark cell. If this is a dark cell, we do have to bring it up at least 1. So is there a world which... That's a dark cell? Yeah, there is a world. There a world that's a light cell? Well, I know that's a dark cell. All numbers off by 1. That's got to be a light cell because of this corner rule. Oh, which means that these do in fact have to be dark cells. No, that's not true because it's off by 1. I can easily do this. But I could also do this. I know I can't have both of these, but that's all I really know. I could have this, I can have this. Those are really my two options here. Is there any world where this is a dark cell? This would force that. Yeah, that's a world where that's a dark cell. If this is a light cell, then I'm in this world. I'm in this world. I'm doing the guess and check. I don't want to do that. I want to be able to, like, know for sure. Which is tricky. I don't know how to do it with this. Is there a world which this is a dark cell? So if this is a dark cell, then our options are we go this way. Nope. So this would be a light cell. If this is a dark cell, we have a problem. If this is a dark cell, we have a problem. And if this is a dark cell, we don't have a problem. We do. Because we need to block all this off. So there is no world in which that's a dark cell. That's a light cell. Which means that I can't have a light cell there. Which does mean this is how we set up this bottom space. I think we're getting somewhere now. This has to come up at least one, which forces that. That can't be right at all. I don't mean that. It could come out this way, because it's off by one. I keep forgetting that. So this now is forced here. Oh no, that could be. No, it can't, because then we'd have this issue. So that is a dark cell. That could be there. It might not be. Like we could not really do that. That's going to be too overloaded. The 4 isn't going to really be a 4. It could be a 5 like this. That's probably the only way to do it. Or it could be a 3. It can't be a 3. So it's a 5. This is one way to make 5, or this is one way to make 5. But can't be this one, because we're going to run into trouble up there. So this is the solution. This would overload. That would overload. So we're done. It was all about getting that space down there. Boy, oh boy. Well, now that has certainly shrunk that, and so I can just solve it really easily. Well, this is a different part of the maze. Interesting. And I guess I use this as a stepping stone. And that's the maze. So I wonder where I'm supposed to see the other part of that matchbox. That one right there. I also saw a pattern grid down here when I was wandering around, and I didn't remember... Ah, there it is. Okay. Oh no, oh no. Oh, hold on a second. Is this addition or subtraction? Like, look at the number 4 plus 3 is 8. No. 3 plus 5 is 7. No. 8 minus 5 is 2. Hold on a second. 4, 3, and 8 makes 15. 3, 5, and 7 makes 15. 2, 5, and 8 makes 15. Let's make 15. 4, 2, and 9 makes 15. 9, 5, and 1 makes 15. 8, 1, and 6 makes 15. That's a magic square. That's what that is. Alright, I also saw another, like, 2-star puzzle up here while I was wandering this area. I think it was for, yeah, it was up all the way here. Ah. Well, I've got a charge jump. I'll just quickly make it back up. Bunk. Okay, 2-star puzzle I can do. Oh dear. No dead ends for black and no... So it's a loop. Black is going to make a loop. It can't be like this. It has to be a loop. Connect all dark cells. That's what we're doing here. Well, we can't do this because we'd have to do this, and now we have a dead end. So that is a dark cell, and I think the same is here. If we did this, dark would have a loop, so we have to bring it around like so. So it's one of these two. This is fine. 9. We can do this just fine. Let's think about... If we did this, we're in trouble. Because we have to connect these, and we're going to have a loop right here. So, the 3s don't connect to each other. That's for sure. Which means that this is how we do it. Those are going to come through. Ah. This is how this is going to go. Okay. I'm starting to see how this is going to be done with the pattern. 5, this is going to be the 7, that's going to be the 9. So that is the way through. This has to be like so. If I have to do this one. I could do it like so. Or I could do it like this. Not 100% on that yet. If I did this... Well, let's just say I did this one. I would have to bring this around. Right? Because if I do this, I have to have this. That's the only thing I can do. And now I'm in trouble. So we know for sure that is the connection. Now... This has to be a connection for sure. This doesn't seem right at all. That doesn't seem... I can't do that. I can't do this. I can't do this. I've made a mistake somewhere. I can't bring it up here because now I have a dead end problem. No, hold on a second. I can do it this way. There we go. That's it. That's the loop. There's another one up here. A nice 3-star puzzle. And a matchbox. Area numbers. Oh boy. I guess we're just getting really crowded. So I can do this. They don't have to be one per thing. So... If this 4 were to connect here, that's fine. The 6 connects, it's fine. There's a break in somewhere. These 3s will never connect to each other. Let's think if this 3 connected here. I could do this, or I could do this. If this 3 connected here, let's block ourselves off the most possible way. Right? I'm just going to guess. Start with this as a light cell. We're going to get in trouble really quickly, I assume. If I do this, this 4 has nowhere to go, so we do have to do it this way. If this is just the answer, I'll be so frickin'... No, hold on, this can't connect. Ooh, we're in trouble, we're in trouble. Okay. Because of this connection here. If this has to connect here, where is it going to go? It would have to be something like this, and now this 4 has nowhere to go. So I think this has to be a dark cell. I think so, I don't know. Now, if this is a light cell afterward, we have the same issue here. We need these to not overload. Oh dear. This would be... There it is. Cool. I don't like how I solved that. I started with this and made a guess and I saw where it took me, but I bet there's... That's the one that's in the puzzle. Can I see it from in here? It's below me. I wonder if I get an angle like way over here. Hey, there's some rings. If I get an angle way over here, maybe even further this way. Oh, there's a 4-star puzzle I could do. And there's some rings. Oh, what's down here? Oh, it doesn't let me go down. So if I got an angle in here, and do I have an angle on that puzzle? That's the way in the puzzle. The view is quite blocked. I heard an arch. It really... Really not a great way to see it. Is there any other... Because now I'm like, oh, hold on. There's a way up. So if I'm up here, I'm gonna look down through this hole and oh, it is like on this stuff. There it is. That's a good one. I don't know where the other piece of this pie is, but we'll find it. I might have seen it and forgotten. I heard an arch over here as well. Okay, it was like... It sounds like it's to my left, so it's like this direction. Is it below me? No? Oh, hold on. Underside of that. That's neat. Okay, how about we try this good old 4-star puzzle. This might be a good way to top off our journey to the pyramid. Nope, 3 stars first, then 4 stars. Because that'll take care of most everything outside of the... doing the actual mazes and some other stuff like that. Oh no, it's one of these. Okay. Well, if this is a dark cell, we'll just start with this one right here. This would be a light cell. And this would be a light cell. Which would mean that these would be dark cells. This really feels guess and check land. If this is a light cell, that's a dark cell. If this is a dark cell, that could be anything. But if this is a dark cell, then we know that's a light cell. Doesn't really tell us much. How about if this is a light cell? This would have to be a dark cell. And we can't have this. So this can't be a light cell. That's a dark cell, we know. We're going to have to do this. We're going to have to do this. I think this is how we started. And both of these have to be light cells. Means these are dark cells. These are light cells. Means those are dark cells. Let's see. We can't do that kind of stuff. That can't be a dark cell either. Go. We can't do that shape. Yeah, it's gonna be dark. That's dark. There we go. It's hard for me to remember these patterns, so I kind of have to do this and see if something breaks the puzzle. That's dark cell. It's light. Those are dark cells. I know that pattern at least. Okay, that's a light cell. That has to be dark cell. Those I think are light cells. Okay, that has to be a light cell. What else do I got here? I don't know. These patterns are nightmares to work with. I can't do that. This does have to alternate, which would do this. If I did this, that's a light cell. That's a dark cell. So alternate. That's an alternate. That's fine either way. Okay, this is alternate either way. I don't think I'm doing this right at all. I'm just guessing up here. I don't know. Well, if this was a dark cell, this would have to be a light cell for sure. Have I made a mistake going into this? Because of how much I'm just guessing at this point. Of how any of this can be. It feels like I should have had an answer to what's going to happen here. Alright, this at least gets me somewhere. I don't know what I'm doing here. Yeah, this can't... Okay, if I do this, these both can't be white, that's for sure. Here's a problem. Again, I'm just guessing stuff. This isn't how you're supposed to solve puzzles. Well, if this was a light cell, we'd have to have a dark cell here. And we'd have to have a dark cell there. Okay. So that big guess way back when, that's a dark cell. Now if this is a light cell, this has to be dark. That's gotta be dark. Those would both have to be light, which I think is gonna be a problem. Nope, that's... I don't know. I don't like that one. I don't like that puzzle. I don't like it when they start getting weird patterns. Just, it feels like you just have to randomly do stuff until you win. Anyway, let's do the 4-star puzzle here. And that, hopefully, is a good puzzle to top off the episode here. No squares connect all of everything. That's a gimme. So, no squares. Somewhere in here there's going to be a light cell. Probably not going to have this going on. If we have a light cell against any sort of wall here, then all the rest are going to be dark cells going around. We also have the checkerboard rule. Let's see where I can find examples of checkerboard rule. This would bring it all the way out. This would come in. Trouble. Okay. So, this is not where that piece is. This still can't be where the piece is because we're going to end up with the same problem here. Yeah. So, this has to be a dark cell. Means that's a white cell. How about this? If we make this a light cell, then we have to bring these around. Do I know anything else? Nope, that's going to be a problem. This? No, that's not going to go through there. Go through here? Ooh, we'd have a problem there. So I think this is also not where the light cell is. Let's try it here. Ah, this is so close. What if it is up somewhere in there? Hold on, we know this, we know this. This probably is it, because if it's not... Oop, then we have... Could have it like this. No, we can't. Okay, I think I'm confusing myself at this point by trying to, like, work out what these are. This is pretty clever to make a something that's this simple to make a pattern. Because I feel like something's got to come through here. It might not. Well, this still puts this here, whereas if I do it this way, we still have this. So no matter what, it seems like this connection is guaranteed. Which means this would be where... No, this isn't really... This one's getting me really good. So, once again, start at the beginning. I know this. I know that. Now, what can I infer from there? Once again, we just try stuff out. Because I don't see an obvious, like, oh, make the logical inference we would have a square if. One of these two is white, we know. But we don't know which one it is. Like, it could be this. Like, well, what if it is this one? What if this is the white square? If this is the white square, we know we have to do this. We know we have to do this. If I block this off, right? Like if black squares don't come through here, this could happen, this could happen. We do have to do this. We have a problem there. So this has to be a dark cell. That's like, I just know that that has to be the case. Now after that, knowing this much, if this was your light cell, we'd be back to similar problem as before. Which is to say, how do we get this taken care of? If we have this issue. This is quite close. Like, I just don't think that either of these are light cells. Once again, if I did it this way, it's this... I can't bring this through. So... if this does... it does force it. No. It would force this. Hold on, that's it? Okay, I didn't understand it. That's the puzzle. I didn't understand how I solved it, and I did. So there you go, everyone. That was like the worst puzzle solve of all time. Okay, I think that covers everything I would like to do up here. There's still a couple things. There's the matchbox there. I don't know where the other piece is. There's 3 more mazes or 2 more? There's this maze and that maze. I think those are the only 2 I haven't done in here, and there's plenty of puzzles within, but I've already spent over an hour in here, and I've done 52 out of 60 puzzles. I know I'm really close to that 60 puzzle mark, but I will be coming back here later once I have 10 mysteries solved. So I think I'm going to end this episode here. Hold on. I suddenly had a thought. What if there's something on the wall? Right? You could hide something on the wall really nicely here. Right? See, like there's these bricks here, but there could be stuff on the inside of the wall that I've been missing. I'm probably not going to find anything. I had the thought because I saw the sky drop out there, and it looked like it was a part of the wall. And I thought, oh, did they hide stuff in the wall? That would be a really good hiding spot. Yeah, it looked like I was looking... this stuff was embedded in the wall. It is not, but I did get a couple more rings. So there's this maze as well, which is not part of this area. I think it's part of up there. So I'll stop here, and then once I have 10 mysteries, I'll come back, do more puzzles, and explore the next 15 mysteries. No, the 10 mystery area is down here. Once I have 10 mysteries, I will come here, and I will solve these puzzles. That sounds right. Okay, well, enough gab. It's time for me to stop. And I will see people in the next video. You have a good day. Bye.